Welcome back to New Day Northwest. After more than 50 years, the orca known as Tokitae may finally be coming back to the Salish Sea. Tokitae is the last surviving orca captured from Puget Sound and sold into captivity. She's been living in Miami since 1970. So how do you move a 7,000-pound whale across the country? Well, to answer that, King 5 sent reporters to Miami and to Nova Scotia, where the first captive whale sanctuary is under construction. PJ Rwanda and Erica Zucco are here with me now. Ladies, thank you for being here and taking time from your busy schedules, because I know putting a special together like this is all-encompassing. And I'm so glad our station is devoting time for this. PJ, you traveled to Miami. How close were you able to get to Tokitae?
Yeah, well, we visited the Sea Park where she's currently being held, and she has been retired from public view. So nobody from the public is able to actually see her. We did get right up to the stadium, though, and we could hear her. And that was a really special moment for us, having covered this for so long.
Yeah.
We were able to fly a drone over her aquarium, and we saw her kind of just listlessly rolling around on her back. I mean, she doesn't really have anywhere to go. So it was very sad to see her in that state.
So she's just, there's not enough space? Is that it?
Yeah, the tank is barely 3 times her body size, and she can't dive past 20 feet deep. So it is acknowledged as one of the smallest orca tanks in the world.
Wow. So Erica, you traveled to Nova Scotia, where they're building this sanctuary to house Tokitae and other whales released from captivity. What was that journey like?
Right, and that'll actually be for other belugas and orcas. Tokitae hopefully will be coming here is the ideal option.
Right.
But this will be for other whales, and that was a lot of travel. Photojournalist Mike Perry and I spent a day traveling to Nova Scotia, then we had to drive a few hours out to where they're going to be housing that. And that remote area is important because they'll have so much open space for the whales. They won't have a lot of people who are able to go and interfere with them there. So it's important that it's remote, but also has access so that people can get to them for caretaking. Really just a beautiful place. It was really cold, really windy,
I'm getting cold looking at this video.
Much different than Miami,
yeah.
but so it was quite the experience. But that's something whales really love. They love that natural environment. So that's the idea, is that it's going to just really be a peaceful space for them.
And they have so much room to roam. PJ, a vocal group of Toki's former trainers and veterinarians actually opposed the plan to bringing her back to Washington. Why is that?
Yeah, you know, they definitely have a deep love for her. That's the sense I got. But a lot of them, based on their experience with her, they don't think that she will thrive in an environment that's more natural, where it's a bit unpredictable, you know, in the sea.
Yeah.
They say she really didn't like change when they were taking care of her. And they also say she won't be able to get the same kind of medical care in a natural environment, whereas in the stadium she's currently in, they can drop the bottom or raise the bottom and really get to her to administer medications. So those are their primary concerns, that she just won't survive.
Erica, we've been covering Tokitae's story for a long time, for decades actually. You went throughout a lot of the file footage to pull up some of the milestones. What did you learn from all the people that have been involved in this effort for so many years?
Right, I mean, there were dozens of interviews done for this project, and we went through so much file video, and we saw that King 5 has been covering this for decades. There's been a commitment to telling her story and the stories of all of the orcas that were taken into captivity from the Puget Sound area. So many people at home have a story about either seeing these whales taken into captivity, watching Tokitae's journey over the years, seeing the journey to try to bring her home. So many people here in Western Washington are connected to this story, and we saw so many legendary King 5 reporters in this file video covering it over the years. So we're committed to continuing that story. It's not the beginning, it's not the end. We're right in the middle here.
Yeah.
We're so excited to keep going with that.
Wow, just watching this footage of Tokitae and in the, I mean, I just have the chills. You really think about...
Huge moment.
Wow. PJ, Toki's release will not just be a victory for the Lummi Nation of Washington, but other indigenous groups as well. Can you tell us about the global support with that?
Yeah, well, the Lummi Nation, they believe orcas are part of their family. They're called relatives under the waves. So the theft of this orca back in the 70s has really been a sore point for the Lummi. They've recently, in the last couple of years, amped up their efforts to get her back home. And if they're able to achieve this and really get her back, it'll send the message across the world that indigenous rights matter. And what we're hearing from other tribes, you know, they really support this, and they want kind of the momentum of this to possibly apply to other battles that Indigenous communities are fighting, whether it comes to environmental rights or the rights over resources on their land. It's a big issue that could impact Indigenous communities globally.
Like on a larger scale. Ladies, thank you so much again for sharing this with us, for taking the time. Your colleagues here at King are just so proud of the work that you are doing, and for sharing this story is incredible. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then Tokitae's journey continues tonight on King 5 News at 6:30 and 11. And for a look at all of our coverage, just text the word Toki, T-O-K-I, to 206-448-4545. We'll send you a link right to your phone, easy peasy, and you can watch everything we've done.